My name is Ian and welcome to Planted. I'm on a mission to help you have more success at home growing plants in your own yard, and I share with you my experience. In this video, winter is coming. 1st of November, we should have had frosts, but we haven't. It's been a very mild season, but don't get caught. Now is the time to get those plants protected, get them under cover, get them pruned back. And I'm going to show you what I do in the Planted courtyard. So I've got all sorts of things I want to show you. This is the tree Dahlia, which has just exploded in growth. And the storm has broken that branch, which you can see it snapped. But we've got lots of flowers. And this plant has to be 18 feet high, all the way up there to those beautiful flowers at the very top. Look at that. 18 feet of growth. So this starts growing in late March when it's under its little coat of leaves. So we've got March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It's gone through October. So we'll actually back up. We'll say April. So that's going to be 5, 6, 7 months. 7 months for it to grow 18 feet. That's more than 2 feet a month. 2.5 feet a month. And the growth is just phenomenal. Look at the branches in there. Lots of growth and just a prolific grower. It's a shame that it flowers late in the season because you don't really get the full benefit of it. But these are those wonderful, exquisite flowers. Now you'll see that some are single, like that one, and some are double, like that one. You can't quite, there we go. So that's the double. Strange little plant would put out different flower shapes on the same plant, but hey, that's the way of it. But what I really want to talk to you about today are pots and containers. As you know, my greenhouse is designed to be frost-free, so in these pots and containers I've got various goodies. I've got in here a couple of crinums, I've got a gardenia, and there's a wonderful grass. The nice thing is I can lift up, I don't have to dig up the individual plants, I just lift the whole pot inside, and that's it, done. So in keeping with saving plants, over here is one of my favorites. This is the Vigna that I talk about all the time, and this year I've grown it in a pot, so I don't have to dig it up. You see the size of the stems are in there, and I've also planted it with this Lotus Jacobaeus. I've got 2 of them, so this can be cut back and moved into the greenhouse quite nicely without disturbing the roots, which is key. What I hope to do, I can just come down here, I can reach in. It sets these long pods, but they're not ripe. They need more time on the plant. So I'm hoping that by cutting it back and saving 7, maybe 10 pods, I'll have some of them ripen and I'll get viable seed. But look at the size of that stem. That is the stem that goes with the Vigna. So very happy about that. So that's not going to get overly disturbed. It'll go in the greenhouse with a pruning and then be left alone. Now this plant over here, this is something a little bit different. This needs a really heavy haircut. I'm going to get in there with the clippers and really prune it back hard. There's a Hibiscus Acapanthus. This just flowered and flowered this year. And this is the Tibucina, which really got smothered, but doing well nonetheless. So whereas that pot won't get much pruning, I want to save it to grow seeds. This one over here will get a lot of pruning because I absolutely need it to get sunlight in there and not have it shade out the other plants. So that's a winner. I want to show you this. This is perhaps the best fig of all time. This is Black Madeira. Because we had our big heavy storm, we had lots of rain. And you can see here we've got these beautiful green fruit. But because it rained so hard, the fruit split. It took up too much water and the whole thing split. We've got a couple of fruits there that have gone. And these are nowhere near ripe. But I'm going to put these in the greenhouse, give them some heat, and we might get lucky and see if they do in fact ripen this year. In the back here we have another container that I want to save. And this has got overrun by a very choice fig in the background. You see how the fig has got blown away from the fence? Not sure if we can see that. There we go, that's better. So it needs to be tied up to the fence, and then I can uncover this pot. This is Tetrapanax, which is a wonderful plant. I truly love it. So I've got 5 pots that are large. I'm going to put 4 in the greenhouse. And this pot over here is going to be pruned back hard. And then this is the borderline plant. I might just chuck those that are in there because I don't have enough space. It's an Anisodontia. I might save the plant and then save the space for use with other plants. So it's amazing how all these plants will come through next year. They look terrible and beaten up and broken, but don't let that get you down. This is Dahlia campanulata, which I told you before will never come back to the... Oh, I see a flower bud. Oh my gosh. Finally, look, right at the very end. Let me just see if I can zoom in. There's a flower bud right there. Well, I never. Here we are, the 1st of November. It's a bit late. Never mind. I want to show you the greenhouse. Now, I am a big fan of you being in charge of the greenhouse. So I'm going to get in here, give this a big clean out, which will take about 10 minutes. This is a euphorbia that's taken over. I just don't have the heart to rip them out. I love the architectural shape and foliage that this plant gives me. We'll get that barrel out. I'm going to leave the Lapageria in place. The Lapageria has never been so happy as it is this year. Look at these flowers. Just look at that. That one stem has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers on it. Like jewellery, and there's another one in there, look. You can just about make it out. Very happy. So winter is coming, and it's time to start putting the garden to bed. I just always, in the springtime, forget how impressed I am with this huge growth. But with huge growth comes lots of pruning and lots of preparation to put it back to bed so you can overwinter it for next year.